Girls, you will never believe what I did last night.
Oh gosh, tell us everything. Ooh, did you go to White Buff?
Time to spill the tea.
Yeah, I went, and you'll never guess who I ran into. Do you guys remember Brad from Pike?
Oh my god, yes, girl.
Get it. Wait, so cool, but did you use protection?
No, I'm on the pill, so I don't have to.
Oh, okay, you're good then.
Oh, okay, true.
No, guys, protection is so important, especially in a college town. STDs are so common. You never know if someone is infected. Someone may have something and not even know it.
Taylor's right.
Maybe get tested?
Oh, okay, I was trying to tell you guys about a fun night I had, but way to make me feel bad.
We're just trying to look out for you.
You could die.
At your age, you're going to be having a lot of urges. You're going to want to take off your clothes and touch each other. But if you do touch each other, you will get chlamydia and die.
Why should you care? STDs are more common than you may think. Many people believe that just because they do not have sex, they will not contract an STD. However, this is not true. Many STDs are spread by skin-to-skin contact. There are more than 20 million new cases every year. Majority of people infected are between the ages of 15 and 24 years old. In 2016, 988,000 pregnant women had syphilis. This caused 200,000 stillbirths and newborn deaths. There are many theories as to how STDs first came about. HIV was thought to have come about by humans hunting and coming in contact with chimpanzee blood. Syphilis is thought to have been brought into Europe in as early as the 16th century from explorers returning from the New World. How do STDs spread? STDs are spread through bodily fluids, most commonly through sex. Drug users are at high risk to become infected if they are sharing needles. Some STDs, such as syphilis and HIV, are congenital, which means mothers can pass these diseases onto their newborns during birth. STDs, such as herpes and HPV, can be passed by skin-to-skin contact.
Luckily, there are many ways of prevention against STDs, the best one being abstinence, avoiding sex altogether. This obviously decreases your risk of STDs very, very much because if you aren't exposed to the microorganism, you aren't going to get infected with it. This includes all forms of sex, including oral, because STDs could be spread that way as well. There are also vaccinations which could prevent against certain STDs, however, not all of them. There are vaccines for hepatitis B and HPV, however, there are many more STDs that there are no vaccination for, and you still have to be careful with that. You could also reduce the number of sex partners. With more sex partners, there's a higher risk of STDs because the more people you are sexually involved with, the higher the chances that they could have an STD. Mutual monogamy is also another way of preventing against STDs. If you and that one other person are only having sex with each other, then there shouldn't be any reason for either one of you to get infected unless there was an infection from before. Another common form of prevention is condoms. These are very accessible to most university students because most universities actually give them out for free. They have them out for free. You can just go in and grab them at the UF infirmary actually. So that's also a really good way of preventing against STDs.
Okay, everybody take some rubbers.
To diagnose STDs, the ELISA test is normally used, and in order to perform this test, a physician takes either a blood sample, a urine sample, a swab of the inside of the mouth, a swab from the genitals, or a swab of any discharge or sores. This sample is then taken to the lab and they do the ELISA test, and that lets the physician know whether or not the person is positive for an STD. Most viral STDs do not have treatment. However, there are some antiviral drugs, for example, used for HIV, and these also lessen the risk of STIs. For bacterial STDs, there are antibiotics.
Current news and research about STDs. Gonorrhea outbreak declared in Illinois. After the decades of declining STDs, in these recent years, gonorrhea outbreak is coming back, in which the cases rose 67% from 2013 to 2017. Moreover, according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, there were a total of 207 gonorrhea cases in 2018. Take-home message: STD is the big issue in America because more than 12 million Americans are infected with STDs each year. It may cause serious life-threatening complications including cancer, infertility, spontaneous abortions, and death. Every year, approximately $10 billion is spent on major STD other than AIDS and their preventable complications. Preventions. Vaccinations are safe, effective, and recommended ways to prevent hepatitis B and HPV. Reducing your numbers of sex partners can decrease your risk for STDs. It is important that you and your partner get tested and that you share your results with one another. And lastly, use condoms every time you have anal, vaginal, and oral sex. HIV is the virus associated with AIDS. It can only be transmitted by an exchange of body fluid, including semen, vaginal secretions, breast milk, and blood. It cannot be transmitted by casual contact. Currently, most people with HIV are treated with a combination of drugs known as highly active antiretroviral therapy or combined antiretroviral therapy. Although these therapies cannot cure the disease, they can reduce the likelihood that the infections will progress to AIDS. HIV is no longer a death sentence, and many people with the virus are living long and healthy life.
Chlamydia is an STD caused by Chlamydia trachomatis. Chlamydia is the most common curable STD. It infects the cervix in women and the urethra in men. Most common frequent symptoms are pain during sex and discharge from the penis or vagina. Syphilis is an STI caused by Treponema pallidum. It can lead to serious complications if left untreated. Syphilis can be transmitted by direct contact with syphilis sores. These can be found on the genitals, mouth, vagina, or rectum. Condoms do not always protect against syphilis because sores can appear in places that are not covered by condoms.
So? Dude, you got syphilis.
HPV is the most common STD. Before the availability of the HPV vaccine, approximately 3/4 of the sexually active population had HPV at some point during their lives. It is recommended that 11 to 12-year-olds get the HPV vaccine, which protects against the four most common strains of HPV. A few types of HPV are linked to cancer, mainly cervical. Though incurable, its symptoms can be treated.